day we trained this morning, and obviously, a bit of excitement about, this afternoon and tonight. So I haven't seen anything to date.
There's going to be a lot of fans here. The boys know it's all about doing it for the community as well.
Yeah, there's definitely, carrying on from the fan day. There was a heap at the fan day, and it was great. And I suppose the boys got a bit of a sense of what's going to come in the next couple of days, especially come game day. But as I said, really excited about it, and I think all the boys are using it as positive energy, and not anxious or nervous at the moment.
Yeah, I'm okay. Trained today, got through the session okay, and just sitting down for long periods of time isn't ideal, but there won't be an issue for Sunday.
How are you feeling? Any of the weighted expectation of the history of winning the first premiership for the club?
Yeah, not at all, to be honest. It's been really good, as Flano said. The preparation leading into last week's game was, I wouldn't say unusual, but it was really relaxed. We felt really good, and it's been pretty similar this week. We've got these young blokes in our side that, for some reason, nothing seems to faze them really, and fingers crossed they can keep that sort of mentality the rest of the week and not burn up any nervous energy, and be ready for the game on Sunday.
What's the hardest thing about playing Melbourne?
Oh, look, they're disciplined right across the park in every area of the game, defence and attack, and they're just the constant questions, both in defence and attack. They're well drilled, well structured, and they're pretty relentless for 80 minutes. So it's up to us to play our game well, and if we do that, we'll be right.
I just think they got a quality outfit across the board. Obviously led by some great leaders at their club, and I think they've been working really hard for each other throughout the season. I think just the way they play their footballs, they got a good mix of aggression through their forward pack, and some flair out wide too. They got some great finishes. But in saying that, those guys that finish well from them, they do a lot of hard work, coming out of their own end as well. So I just think they got a really good balance across their squad, in the season of 2016.
In my mind, I have. We need to. It's got another training running on Saturday, but it'll be out of Joseph Paulo. Definitely won't play, but I'll make my mind up on the other two later, and as the week goes on. Train well today, and he's ready to go if I need him.
Cam, are you ready to be the party poopers with everyone up here? Has never won a premiership before?
Look, our approach is not about being the party poopers. It's about playing against a very good football side, and us preparing well and trying to play the best footy we can on Sunday. It all comes down to who has the best game of footy on Sunday. That's all it comes down to in a grand final. So we understand the situation of the Cronulla Sharks and their club, and they've been waiting a long time to win a premiership. But for us, we don't take that into account. Our focus is purely on ourselves and our preparation and making sure that we're ready to go Sunday. I think we've felt that probably for the last 6 weeks, although we've had a couple of losses in that time. I believe we've got a really strong game plan that everyone's really heading in the right direction and all in the same direction. And I think it's fairly well documented, particularly over the last 2 weeks. It's not a flashy style of football. It's a basic game plan that is effective, and we're not going to be changing too much for this game on the weekend.
Not really. I think we've got a couple of friends and family that live in the town, so that always helps. And hopefully there's obviously a few people with purple on at the stadium on Sunday, but I think that's just the storyline of this grand final. It's exciting. You've got one interstate team and one team from Sydney, obviously. So, look, there's a lot of things that we've spoken about, a lot of different storylines, but at the end of the day, both teams will be trying to go out there and play their game plan, execute the game plan, and no doubt whoever wins the game will do that the best.
Yeah, I agree with Cooper. I guess they got to support someone. So we get a good support from our fan base up here, and although there'd be a big chance that the stadium's got a bit more blue than purple, but you know, we're well aware of that, and yeah, we'll be looking forward to the match on Sunday.
Look, the team's never played in the grand final, obviously, but there's several of you who have grand final experience. What have you been saying to the young guys and also girls?
Yeah, for me, not too much. It's been 13 years between drinks for me, but yeah, look, it's very exciting. I've learned a lot off the young guys. They've actually sort of pulled our older fellas back a bit and just sort of relaxed a lot more, so it's been pretty good. And James Maloney's played in 6, I think, over the last certain amount of years, so he's been really good for us and just sort of keeping us nice, cool, calm and collected and giving us a few tips about the week, and you know, he's been a big part of our side. So yeah, look, I think everything he's sort of done for our team over the last 2 weeks has been pretty special, so we're just sort of taking a little bit of bits and pieces off him and Mickey and just going from there.
Chris, you one as a young guy, have you been able to help your young guys?
Yeah, in saying that, you know, the young kids are really confident in our team, and you know, let them do their thing, and if they need to get pulled up or spoken to, you know, we've got a good senior group here who can do that role, and you know, with Bird and Val, I think they're confident players, and they played really well last Friday night. So, you know, you don't have to say too much to them, but you know, just let them know that you're there if they need to call you, or you know, go and grab a coffee or something.
Have you given them some media training about interviews after the match?
No, I won't be going there. Yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Thanks. Do I know? Hopefully not. Obviously, if we win the game, contract money will go up, so pretty happy about that. But no, hopefully I can work something out and stay at the Sharks. I've really enjoyed the last 4 years, and hopefully I can stay around for another year or two. And you know, I've really enjoyed the ride, especially this year. You know, we've built some really good combinations, and I'd like to be a part of it in further years. Yeah.
And Luke, 13 years ago, how much has the grand final week changed throughout the Panthers?
Mate, I can't remember too much, to be honest, but yeah, look, I was just a young kid back then, and I did enjoy the ride, but very fortunate to be here again, and yeah, just sort of going with it. I don't remember doing any of this sort of stuff, so yeah, look, I'm glad to be up here.
Is there a lot more commitments? Is there a lot more pressure now? Is there work back here?
I definitely think so. Obviously, with media commitments and social media that's out there, I think is, I suppose, a lot more. That's probably the biggest thing that's changed for me. Whereas back when I was a young kid playing it, you know, the phones and cameras and Instagram and all that sort of stuff wasn't there, and you know, I wasn't exposed to any of this. We just sort of, you know, turned up grand final day and played footy. So yeah, it's definitely changed a lot for me.
Did you ever think you'd be back here, Louis?
I might have always wanted to. When I was a kid, I was very lucky to play in a lot of grand finals coming through junior grades, and then I was very lucky enough to play very early in my career. And I thought it was just going to happen all the time, and I didn't realise how hard it was, and you know what sort of needs to fall into place to get here. Everything has to go well for you, and you know, to keep your players on the park. And I think we've done that really well this year. And yeah, like I said, I'm just very happy to be here this week.
Cam, a couple of years ago in the final game, Big Dennis patted you on the head. There was a lot made about it being disrespectful to the Australian captain. How did you actually feel about that?
Oh, that's just Mickey. You know, he's obviously you get on with him quite well, you know, off the footy field. But you know, that's part of the role that he plays in the teams that he plays for. And you know, I've played many games against Mick, and you know, he's a competitor, and he's out there to try and do the best for his team, and that's to win. And I think, you know, we're all the same. We want to go out there and do the very best for our team. But geez, that's a long time ago now, so that's all water under the bridge.
Has he ever rattled you? Has he ever gotten under your skin?
No. I'll try and keep me calm, but I don't know. He might try and do it again on Sunday. I'm not too sure. You know, it's for me. My focus is about, you know, my team, my teammates, my role on the side, and doing the best, you know, for our team. And I'm sure Mick's the same. So I'm sure we're going to cross paths at some time in the match. You know, we play in the same position. We handle the ball fairly regularly, and we're involved in a lot of tackles out in the field too. So we'll cross paths for sure.
He's been stuck behind you and Robbie for the last 5-10 years for Rivalry. Where do you think he sits in the scheme?
Well, for a guy to be around as long as he has, played so many games, you know, he's represented New South Wales. He's a quality player. You know, he's one of the best dummy halves that we've seen in the modern game. And as I said, the biggest strength of Michael is competitiveness, and He's a tough little bugger. Big blokes running at him. He gets up. He just keeps giving his best. And I think the guys would agree that the huge reason of why the Cronulla Sharks are in the grand final this year is because of what Mick's done on the field this year and his performances.
Paul, there's a story in the paper saying that you guys win the grand final, you might be able to use that to leverage the government to upgrade the stadium down there. Is that part of the speech?
Oh, mate, I didn't even know about it. It's got nothing to do with me. Probably better off faster than Lyle Gorman, that one. He's the boss of that, but yeah, I didn't even know about it.
Craig, is it an advantage having played Cronulla recently and beaten them?
I don't think so. I think any game, doesn't matter how long ago it is a real advantage. It's you can go back to when we first played earlier in the year. They give us a bit of a touch up. At their home ground, we've beaten them at our home ground. So there's going to be a couple of different players playing in different positions. On Sunday. So at the end of the day, we don't take too much out of that, and just make sure we're prepared for what we need to do on Sunday. So, like I say, it wasn't that long ago. I think it was round 26, but we don't really take too much notice of what happened 6 months ago or 2 weeks ago, to be quite honest.
Cooper and Cam, last time you were grand final was 2012. That's 4 years ago. Another 4 years you might be retired. Do you feel a bit of father time this year? You'd like to do a couple of things before the season's finished? Do you finish?
In 4 years' time, most likely will be retired. Yeah. Look, I suppose you never lose hope of playing in big games like this, because that's what both teams and the rest of the competition have been doing since November. You work so hard to give yourself an opportunity, and then you got to enjoy the week and do all those things. But at the end of the day, both teams will be judged on how they play on Sunday. So you can wish and dream and everything like that, but you need to drop your eye level and focus on the little things that have got you to this point. And come Sunday afternoon, you just need to do a little bit better than you have all year.
Yeah, I thought they were very good. Only seen parts of the game, more so the second half. But yeah, from what I've seen, they played with a lot of energy. The Cowboys really struggled to contain them when they had the football. So as I said earlier, they've got a great mix across their team. When they need to use the footy, they can. When they need to play a tough style of footy, they do. So that's going to be obviously a huge part of the result, is the way we try to minimise the impact they have when they have the footy. So I guess it's pretty impressive their performance last game.
Cooper, winning the Dally M just a couple of days before the grand final, what does that do to your mindset?
To be fair, I don't want to play down the significance of the award, but it doesn't really change too much. It was a great night for me personally, and obviously the football club, and to share it with a guy that has basically changed the way that some front rowers play the game these days. It's a pretty special night, but got to sleep, and we were up at 8:30 this morning for training and preparation, focused on the next session we had. So it's part of the week, it's part of the build-up. I was very humbled to be anointed a joint winner, but come Sunday afternoon, that's moved to the background, and my focus will definitely be on football. And I think it finished there last night as I left the room.
Craig, talking about Suliasi, he's played 40 games of rugby league. Have you ever seen a guy take to the game like he sort of last night, pick up the try scored here?
Probably not. A guy that hasn't played that much of our code. He's played a lot of rugby union, and he's obviously born in Fiji, and one of the schools in Auckland picked him up to play rugby union, and one of our recruiting guys sent him there, and Paul Bunn signed him up for us. And it's funny how his career's gone. Or, I don't know whether you call it a career yet. He hasn't sort of been there that long, but we didn't probably really see him playing first grade this year, but we had a few injury concerns early in our outside backs, and at one stage there he was probably the last winger standing. So we threw him in, and like I say, he's been outstanding. And for a guy that's only played 40 games or 45 games, whatever it is, of rugby league, he's picked things up really quickly, and he's obviously a smart kid, and he's obviously a real smart footy player. The other thing I really like about him, he's just such a really humble, down-to-earth, really respectful kid. You know, really respectful about our club and his teammates, really respectful about the game as a whole. And so he's, you know, very level-headed, very balanced, and as I said, you know, he's a wonderful student of the game, and you know, he's a great athlete as well. So you know, it's obviously a huge thing for him to be playing on Sunday night, especially, you know, with his path, you know, into this team and into this game. So, but as I said, you know, he doesn't seem to get flustered by too much either. So, you know, I'm sure he's really looking forward to Sunday night.
How do you think he'll handle the big occasions like that?
Yeah. Well, he's handled everything else pretty well. You know, like a couple of his best games have probably been in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So they've been pretty big games. So yeah, I don't think he's going to have you know, too many problems handling or getting out there and doing his job well on Sunday night.
Craig, you got 13 players here. Have you settled on the final 17?
Basically, yeah.
Same as last week?
Same as Flano. We'll have a look on Saturday and then we'll let you know.
Benny Hampton did get on the field last week, so any indication
Of what?
that he might play this week?
He might, but he might not too. You're right. Yeah. At the end of the day, you know, I don't like, you know, leaving a guy on the bench the whole game. You know, in any game, especially a prelim. You know, that's, you know, you like to see those guys. They see that game as a big game, so they want to be playing in it. You know, but just the way the game went, I just thought that we were, you know, better off with the other players. So Benny understood that. So he's been training really hard this week. So as Flano said, if he's ready to go if we need him.
Craig, you must have been mind what Flano's been able to do with Sharks after where they were a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, I admire what he's done. You know, if it's been a smooth ride, it certainly hasn't been a smooth ride for him in the last couple of years. But you've got to admire what they've done, without a doubt. And I really admire what they've done this year. You know, and I think I've mentioned it a few times, so I don't want Flano getting swelled head. But to win 15 games in this competition in a row, I just can't imagine, you know, how they've done that. But obviously, you know, you've got to be a really quality side. You've got to have a lot of quality people and a lot of quality players in your organisation to do that. And, you know, it's not just about 17. They would have used a lot more players than that. And it's not just about Flano, it would be his staff as well, and his assistant coaches and his, you know, physical staff as well. So, you know, as a club, they've done a wonderful job this year. And like I say, to win 15 games in a row at this level is unbelievable. So, you know, they've had a great year, and you know, I think they're a little bit like us, to be quite honest. You know, I think the way our guys have handled this year, sometimes under some adverse conditions this year, I think we deserve to be where we're at, and I'm sure, you know, Flano and Gal and Chris and Luke, they're all thinking the same about their team. You know, after what they've been through this year or what they've done this year, they'd see themselves as deserving to be there. So, yeah, I think they do as well.
Shane, most coaches try and take the underdog tag. Do you think Melbourne are favourites?
Yeah, without a doubt, they're. I think that's everyone. You know, look at the betting on it. Not that I worry about that too much, but you know, for me, Melbourne have been. You know, when we talk about, you know, 2 years ago when I started to, you know, we used to, you know, where we wanted to be as a club. You know, Melbourne Storm were one of the clubs we looked at. You know, I know the way Craig operates, and you know, for me, they've probably been the most. You know, since, you know, Cooper and Cameron and Billy, you know, started their career down there. For me, they've been the most consistent team year after year. I know they had some competitions taken off them, but you know, we all know that doesn't take away from the football team that they put out in the park. It doesn't matter about. You know, they have been the most consistent team for 10 years for me. So, you know, we do admire them as a club and look at them, you know, as a benchmark club. But you know, come Sunday, you know, we'll be taking the gloves off. That's for sure.
So how are you going to keep a lid on the hype, like in the Shire? Like, are you travelling to the game from the Shire on Sunday? How are you going to keep players away from what's happening down in that isolated part of Sydney?
Isolated.
Well, it's not
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You've got to get over there by a bridge and so on. Yeah, I know. No, I'm not going to hide them.
We've been down there a lot the last few years.
Yeah, I know. Camped at the front door. No, I'm not going to try and hide them from it. I want them to enjoy it. That'll be. It's been part of the whole year that we've. Our supporter base is just built. Sponsorship, the club's just gone through the roof in all areas this year. So I want them to enjoy that. I'm not going to shelter them from. I'm not going to lock them away in a hotel somewhere else. We'll just enjoy that. The atmosphere and the build up to the game. And they're all a real good, level-headed group. And they've been to. They've played Test matches and Origins. And as you said, Bertie's only 20 years old and he's played in Origin. So he's been, understands what the build up is. You can't get bigger than Origin. So. We'll be okay. We'll just lap it up and enjoy it.
So you're going to get on the bus down there. What do you expect? What are you expecting in the Shire?
Well, I'm not expecting anything. I could have, we've all thought about what could possibly happen, but I know the players will. In the end, we've got a game of football, and probably after today, we need to lock ourselves down and start thinking about, what needs to be done when that whistle blows. Not about how many fans or long Captain Cook drive. That's all great, for the club. The bunch of 17 or 18 athletes that we've got on the bus have got to focus on the job.
Brad, this is the 6th time in 10 years you've been in this position. What's the biggest message you give to your players leading into the game, or do you leave it up to the senior players to sort of get the ear of the younger guys?
Oh, no, I don't try and change things too much. At the end of the day, if you get to a game, whether it be a grand final, whether it be a game throughout the year, and you change your messages and you change your mentality, well, that just confuses people, especially young players. So the messages ain't going to be a whole heap different to what they are for every game. Obviously, there's a few things on grand final day you need to be aware of that that don't come in normal games throughout the year, or club games. But most things, most footy messages will be basically the same. And like I say, the last thing I want to be doing is trying to confuse me players. So we keep things pretty simple. But having said that, it's it's nice to have that experience that we've had. And I don't rely fully on the senior players to just send the messages all this week. At the end of the day, they've got to prepare for the game as well. So they'll help in certain ways, without a doubt. Letting the younger players know what to expect, and I suppose some little things they've learnt from the other grand finals they've played in. But at the end of the day, they need to concentrate on doing what they need to do, and we'll just help all those young blokes along as we go. But the messages ain't going to be a whole lot different.
Cam, can I ask you about your long-term future? You're signed till 2018, I think. Are you thinking about playing on?
I'm just thinking about playing this weekend, to be honest. Seriously. There's a big game on Sunday that I'm trying to prepare for, and I feel really happy at the moment, with the season that the club has had, and I said after the game on the weekend that I'm probably more pleased for the younger guys in our squad, and them having the opportunity to experience a week like this, and obviously the big game on the weekend. Cooper and I, we've been very fortunate to be involved in a few of these matches, so it's nice to see some new faces involved. But as far as sort of long-term future, I'm looking forward to another 2 seasons with the Storm after this year, and whatever happens after that happens. But I'm not sort of looking too far ahead at the moment. No, no, not at all. Look, it's a huge number, isn't it? But to get there, you're gonna have to play on for quite a time longer than this. But you speak to the older guys in the game, and like it's a number. It sort of creeps up quite quickly. It's not like you sit down every year and sort of tick them off as they go. It only felt like yesterday that I was pulling on the purple jersey for the first time back in 2002, which is quite a long time ago now. But we'll just keep working hard, see how long the career goes, and as long as I'm enjoying it and still contributing to the team, then try and play as long as I can.
Frank, how much of a difference did it make to you that Cooper and Cam didn't have rep commitments at the end of last season?
I think it probably made a bit of a difference. We still give them a little bit more time off than the other players, and they didn't have as much time off as if they would have played games. But I think that does help without a doubt. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not going to stop any players playing rep footy, because I know as a player I would have loved to have done that. I just wasn't good enough, but nowhere near good enough. But they, you know, again, I wouldn't stop any of our players playing Origin or playing for Australia. You know, to me that's a great honour, and you know, I'm sure, you know, the guys over here as well, you know, Gal and Luke, they would have, you know, they've loved their time in Origin and playing for Australia as well. So you know, so at the end of the day, answer your question, it probably was a real help to this year to have them a little bit fresher, and to do a little bit more of the pre-season, so that helps them prepare a little bit better for the season. But like I say, as long as they want to keep playing rep footy and they keep getting picked, you know, we're not going to stop that.
Craig and Shane, will you seek any clarity from the referees about how this game will be officiated, or is there anything you'd like to see in a big game like this?
I just want to, hopefully we'll go out there and get our job done on Sunday night. I'm sure, you know, Shane and the Sharks will be looking to do exactly the same, and I'm sure the referees, they'll be looking to do their job on Sunday as well. I don't think they need any advice from me. I'm a footy coach, not a referee coach, so I'm sure they'll prepare themselves well as well.
Gal, you've got a big game experience, but this is your first grand final weekend.
Oh, it's been pretty good. It hasn't been too bad. You know, we had a good day on Tuesday, fan day, and normal training day with a fan day. And obviously today we train and we've got this, which is a pretty big day. So, I mean, you know, 2 days out of the week that are big. Yeah, it's no issue at all. And, you know, I'd much rather be here than not. So we're just soaking it up and enjoying it. As Flano said, there's a big buzz around the Shire and around, you know, when we go to lunch and things like that. So just really enjoying it and taking it in. It hasn't been a burden whatsoever. It's actually been, you know, enjoyable, and yeah, it's a great honour to play in this game. As you said, it's been a long time coming for myself. Three grand final qualifiers, and it took the third one to win it, and now we're here, so we've got to make the most of it. Oh, look, man, that's been and done what we did a couple of years ago, and you know, certainly at the start of this year, I thought we could be in this position. You know, we had a goal to finish top four, and then you know, win the minor premiership, which we played the Storm in the last game for. After that game, you know, I obviously missed the first semi-final, but I saw the way the boys played and the desire they had that night, and I had no doubt that we could make the grand final. And now we're here, we've got to go win it.